Michigan is it's just I'm very close to the state because I have so many friends there. I understand the state. I understand business and what's happened to the business in the state. And I think we're going to do very well there. And Obama's let you down. I mean, he hasn't stopped the cars from, I say the cars from flowing out. They're going.
Michigan has 16 electoral votes. Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey tells Paul W. that even voters without ID today at the poll can still cast their ballot.
They can vote a regular ballot by signing.
And now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation, home of borders, language, culture. And here he is, winner of the National Radio Hall of Fame Award, Michael Savage. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Savage States of America.
All right, let's cut the music out. We have bigger business than that. Donald Trump is holding on the line to speak to the people who were with him right from the beginning on the Savage Nation. Donald, thank you so much for being with us today, this election day. What is going on? Do you have any initial results out there?
Well, we're just hearing very good things, Michael. We're hearing tremendous numbers in New Hampshire, in Ohio, in Iowa. I think we're going to surprise people very gravely, and it's going to be an amazing surprise, I think, in Pennsylvania. We have some terrific numbers. I think Florida's going to be a lot of people voting in Florida, that I can tell you, but
yeah,
a lot of people. It's really been, I think it's going to be an amazing evening.
Donald, we're getting calls on the show today in this first hour with people. I asked them what they would like to say to you. And overwhelmingly, they're saying, win, lose, or draw, you've already done the country a great service. You have changed the national conversation, Donald. You know that, don't you?
Well, I really appreciate it. I've had thank yous from so many people. It's a vicious business. I used to think real estate was vicious. Real estate people are like soft people compared to these. Anyway, for the last year and a half,
I can just imagine. So after this election, first of all, Donald, I want to thank you personally for showing your loyalty to me personally. I know that you're not doing a lot of national radio shows today. I know you wanted to come on to the Savage Nation because in many ways we had you on before anyone else did on a regular basis. And I know your loyalty is very important to you. I told the people that you're the most loyal politician I've ever encountered in this business. So again, I want to thank you for that, period.
Well, thank you, Michael, and you've been loyal also. And I did want to do your show, and I have done very, very little today because, I'm sort of sitting back and seeing what happens. I've gone through a marathon of speeches in front of these massive crowds for the last week. And, I just think the results are going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be a very interesting night. And I think it's going to be a very good night for television because they're going to get very big ratings tonight, that I can tell you.
Donald, what is the greatest lesson you have learned from this horrible campaign?
Well, I think I've learned two things. Tremendous people that we have in this country. Tremendous people with tremendous potential. And, people that are really, if you would have told me, I've gone through all corners of the country, and we just have people that are absolutely incredible people. Also, likewise, incredible dishonesty within us, total dishonesty. And
we saw this thing with Wolf Blitzer feeding questions back and forth with John Podesta. It's everything that we feared and worse, Mr. Trump.
And Hillary getting the questions for debates, but so many other things. I mean, you see the relationship with some of these folks, and it's incredible with the Democratic Party and what's going on between that party, and the press, and it's so dishonest. It's so terrible.
Look, Donald, let me ask you this. Let's say you don't win. I hope you do, but let's say you don't. Would you be called upon by the Republican machine to bring the party back together? Will they actually reach out to you, do you think?
Well, that I don't know. I can tell you this. We brought millions and millions of new people and great people. These are great people into the party. We got more votes. I got more votes. And I sort of say we because it's really we as far as I'm concerned. But we've got more votes than anybody in the history of the Republican Party, going all the way back to Honest Abe Lincoln. I mean, more than anybody. And, it's been 14.5 million votes, 42 states. Nobody's, done anything like this. And we had 17 people, don't forget. It wasn't like I was against one person. That's with 17 people. So we brought millions of people into the party. They're great people. In many cases, they're not in all cases, but in many cases, I call them, they're the forgotten men and women. These are great people that have been forgotten. And they're hardworking. They're very, very smart. And they feel let down by their politicians and let down by their country. And, I think you're going to see, that's why the lines, I don't know if you've heard today, Michael, but the lines virtually at every location throughout, no matter where, North Carolina, you go to Texas, you go to anywhere you want to go. I can say up in New Hampshire, I just got a call, a friend of mine, he said he's been doing this for 30 years and he's never seen lines like it. The lines are blocks and blocks long.
Well, you have activated the sleeping giant, and even if she should steal the election, those are my words, not yours, she's going to have to deal with all of these millions of people who have been activated by you and your campaign. Donald, in these last hours, what is your message to the people of America, all the people of America?
Well, we have to do things to help the people. The people are great, but they're really being hurt. Obamacare is a disaster. It's just, we can talk about the military is depleted, and we can talk about security and safety, and everybody knows that. And we need strong borders, and we have to be very careful with our immigration policies. We need vetting and all of that. It's so bad. That's why I ran. Our trade deals are horrible. But Michael, Obamacare is killing people. It's killing families. It is such a disaster, and we have to repeal it and replace it. Businesses are getting absolutely killed by Obamacare. They can't expand, and in fact, in many cases, they go out of business. And this is something that's been happening for a long time, but for some reason, maybe it was because of me, maybe I was able to bring it out the last month or 2 months, but Obamacare, it has to be repealed and replaced. It's hurting people horribly.
Well, look, even if she wins, for whatever the reason, she cannot be the same president she would have been without you running this campaign. She's certainly not stupid. She's come to see that a good percentage of the American people want something other than the radical progressive agenda. And you've done that, Donald. You've changed the national dialogue. You've changed the course of human history.
Well, they say that politics in this country will never be the same because of what's happened. And it has been a movement like has never been seen in the country. Even your very dear friend Bill O'Reilly said it's the greatest political nominee.
I see you had a little backroom conversation with Big Bill.
I know, but he did say that, and he and many other people have said it. That
I don't know why he doesn't like me. I never met the guy. I only called him a leprechaun once. I don't know what he's so mad about. He should have a different sense of humor. Hey, Donald, Thanksgiving is coming up. I think I may be down your part of the world for Thanksgiving turkey. You think you're going to be at the club?
I hope so. It depends on what happens. I can tell you if I win, I'll be working. And otherwise I'll be working, but I'll be working, I guess, in a different form. But it's been such an honor to be involved, and the people of this country are truly great. Honestly, and you see it and you feel it, and you're on the show all the time with them, you understand. But when you go and visit these sections of the country and you see how incredible the people of this country are, you'd be very proud. It's really incredible.
Well, Donald, in conclusion, because I don't know that we're going to speak again, certainly we're not going to speak again before this election is over. It's been a great honor for me to have had you on the show since the year 2011. If you win, I will know in my own heart I had something to do with it. And even if you don't win, I know that we've changed America together. And I got to say this, you're the greatest warrior I have seen fighting for the American people. Nobody in my lifetime has reflected on the average working person the way you have. And even though you came from a different socioeconomic background, for whatever the reasons are, you resonate with the average person out there who's killing themselves to make America great and to make their family great, and they don't know which way to turn because they've been sold down the river by both parties. You changed all of that, Donald, and I only hope that the change is for the better.
Well, Michael, that's one of the nicest things that's been said about me. I really appreciate it, and I feel very proud to have been involved, and I think we have helped things. And, maybe we'd win. You know, the results, I don't know if you're hearing, but the very, very early numbers are looking pretty good out in Michigan.
Yeah, I see on the Drudge Report, Trump plus in Arizona, Georgia, Iowa, North Carolina, and Ohio. Oh, you're doing very well. I can see you just might win.
Well, if I do, people are going to be very happy. And, you know, I base a lot of what I say on common sense. We're a country, we don't have any common sense in our leadership. And, you know, we talk about brain power, we talk about all of the things, but we don't even have common sense. You make a deal like the Iran deal, where we give them $150 billion and everything else. We give them $1.7 billion in cash, and then they torment us, or they feel emboldened. I mean, we're just not, we don't have common sense aside from everything else. And, you know, I'd love to help out. I'd love to keep it going. We're going to see what happens, but you are a great, great gentleman and a great talent. People love your show, and they love you, and you have been so loyal also, and I appreciate it very much, Michael.
Donald, I think it's the air coming off Cunningham Park that we both breathed as young boys that gave us common sense. That's what I think. I think the air was purified by the trees in Cunningham Park in Queens.
Oh, that's very
Donald, good luck. Good luck tonight. I pray to God that the right thing happens. In either case, it's been a big change in my life to have known you, and I hope I continue to know you after the election one way or the other.
Michael, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck. Well, my friends, that was it. 10 minutes with Donald Trump on the election day. What can I say to you? What'd you think about it? I think it was a very beautiful interchange. It was not too partisan. It was very personal. If you care to comment, the phone number is 855-400-7282. I'll be right back on the Savage Nation.